What's up, guys? Welcome to a new video. So we're currently avoiding a storm right now because it's about to hit us. So I wanted to talk about something that changed my entire life 10 years ago. August 2011. August 1st, 2011. I packed my bags from North Carolina. I put everything that I owned in the back of my Ford Ranger, and I moved 4 states away to Florida, where I reside now. And I gotta say, like, at the time, you know, I was 23 years old, and it felt like my entire life was getting flipped upside down. Like, I grew up in this small town. You know, I knew most of the people in the town. I knew all of my friends were the same as the ones I had in high school and throughout college. And it was really like just a huge life change for me to go from such a small little town. Mind you, we had 3 high schools in our entire county, and one of them was a private school. So I grew up in a very small town. I want to say there was like 1,800 residents in the city. Very, very small. And going from that to moving to a big city like Tampa was like just mind-blowing to be there and like see the different ways of life and how everybody lives. It's just totally different. Now, I will say, like, knowing how Florida is now, I'm very thankful that I grew up in a small town like that, because, and there are small towns around this area as well, but like Tampa, Clearwater, places like that, they're very, very big. There's a lot of violence, just a lot of like bad things that happen in these bigger cities. You just get more populated. It just seems like there's more bad things that happen, which is, you know, I guess relative to anywhere you live that's a big city. But yeah, I grew up in a very small town, and things are just totally different here. I'm glad that I'm thankful that I grew up in a small town and grew up the way that I did, and didn't grow up in a place like Tampa or Clearwater. Just because, like, everything's so much different. Like, I grew up basically in the country, where, you know, cell phones and stuff like that, like, even when I was a teenager, were like just an up-and-coming thing. I didn't grow up like playing video games and stuff like that, so I was always outside. And then, you know, nowadays it's a little bit different, but growing up in North Carolina and then moving to a big city like this, it's totally different. And I'm very thankful that I grew up in a small town like that. But I wanted to change my life. Like, I went to college, I was working full-time, you know, I was struggling. I was always struggling, like, with money, finances, just like, there was a lot of drugs and stuff like that in my city too. You know, it's like way more prevalent here than it was with there. But growing up, like, I never really wanted to be involved with that kind of thing, but it just seemed like a lot of my friends from high school and stuff got caught up in that, and it was just one of those things. Like, I was like, I need to get out of this town. I need to move. I need to change my life. I need a restart button, you know? And my dad, I called him up, I remember, over the summer of 2011. I want to say it was like May or June. I was like, you know, Dad, I want to... My dad lived in Florida at the time, obviously. Still does. I was like, I want to change my life. I want to move to Florida. I want to start over. I want to just, you know, I want to be successful, and I want to be happy. And I felt like in a small town like that, it was very hard for me to do that. I don't know, it's just, I wanted to get out. I wanted to see the world. I wanted to see different places. I wanted new opportunities. I wanted change. And I will say, my life right now, being 33 years old compared to 23 years old, my life is completely upside down compared to what it was. You know, not that I ever got involved with drugs and stuff, but a lot of my friends did, and I saw where it took them in life, and it was not a good place. So, you know, I I moved to Florida. I made, you know, I don't have a lot of like friends like here in Florida. Like the few ones that I have are the ones that I've met and like feel like they're really good people, and I want to like hang on to them. I've met tons and tons of people. I've met lots of subscribers and stuff like that, and I'm very, very picky about who I hang around with, because I don't want to be involved in anything, you know, like that. I don't want to be involved with riders that are like stupid, do stupid stuff, that attract attention from cops and stuff like that. I want to live my life, I want to be happy, and I want something different. And that's what I got. I moved to Florida. You know, it wasn't an instant change, I want to say that. Like, I grew up poor, basically. I grew up very poor. It was like, I remember like when I was a teenager, just to be able to have like a brand new skateboard. I was very big into skateboarding at the time. Just to have like a brand new skateboard was like a huge deal to me, because, you know, we were poor, basically. My mom was a single mom. You know, my father and her split up when I was a very young age. But my mom was, you know, a single mother. She had 4 kids. I can't even imagine taking care of 4 kids. 4 cats is enough for me. But you know, things were, you know, hard growing up, and it's totally different now. Like, you know, I wouldn't say like I have it easy and I don't have a lot of money or anything like that, but you know, I live comfortably and I have a great life. You know, I met Heather 7 years ago, and she has totally changed my life. I've been able to spend a whole lot of time with my father, which is a huge deal for me, because I absolutely love spending time with my father. And you know, unfortunately my siblings and my mother still live in North Carolina, but I still get to see them, you know, whenever I'm there. But you know, it's definitely a little hard growing up with your siblings, and then all of a sudden you're, you know, I used to be a stone's throw away from my sisters and brothers, or sister and brothers, and now I'm, you know, 600 plus miles away, and things are a lot different now. If anyone's wondering, we haven't rode in like over a month, and yeah, so we're a little bit rusty, so I'm going pretty slow. Heather's going pretty slow. We're just cruising around right before the storm hits us, trying to get the fluids running in these bikes. But I had a feeling she was gonna pull on me at some point. But yeah, life is good. You know, I met Heather 7 years ago. She has been nothing but positive in my life. Like, I honestly, like, growing up, I had, you know, multiple girlfriends for, you know, a couple of years at a time, and I never once wanted to get married. Never even crossed my mind. Heather and I just got married this year. We've been together 6 years now. Heather's totally different. Like, everything she brings into my life is positive, and she just, like, I'm happy. I'm 100% happy right where I am right now. You know, like, there's things that I have goals and I strive for better, but yeah, I mean, just in a nutshell, she has brought nothing but joy to my life. And going back to my father, you know, I didn't grow up with my father in the household. You know, I saw my father on the weekends. He had visitations and such, but let's get a little shot of Heather. She looks good right now. Let's see, can we get a high five? That's not really a high five, that's like a shake. Nice to meet you. But yeah, so I grew up in a household that my father wasn't there. What are you saying? Two bars? Need gas? Peace? 2. Second gear. I don't know what she's saying. Second gear, I'm assuming. But she's probably gonna get on it here a little bit. I'm not. But yeah, grew up in a household. My father wasn't, like, you know, living with us, even though I did see him every weekend, or 1 weekend a month, I'm sorry. But it was definitely difficult, like not growing up, and like, you know, being in a family that the father and mother is always there. But you know, I don't hold that against either one of them. That's their choice. You know, things don't work out sometimes. That's just the way life is. But I just want to say that if you're in a rough place and you feel like you can't get out, you feel like things aren't changing, and you want some change in your life. Like, I'm not saying you have to move across the country. I'm not saying you have to move 5 states away. But do something to change your life, to better it, to make it more than what it is now. What makes you happy? What is going to make your life the way you want it? What do you want in life? And that's really like all I wanted. I never wished for a girl that rode or anything like that. I never wished for the amazing job that I have now, the amazing relationship that I have with my father now, but things have a way of working out, you know. I believe that you put out positive energy into the world, into the universe, as Heather says, and you get that back. So if you're in a rough place, stick it out. Life gets better, I promise you guys. Just wanted to make this short video to talk to people about the change that happened to me 10 years ago, and I'm going to end on that note. Thank you guys for watching. Peace, ride safe, and we will see you in the next video.